The S&P and the NASDAQ down a little bit, and Doug Flynn joining us, certified financial planner and co-founder at Flynn Capital Management. I saw, the mortgage applications thing was, or number was sort of interesting that they kind of inched up a little bit, and we have mortgage rates, you and I have talked about, dipping below 7%. So maybe we could talk about that at least for a minute and give us the outlook on housing, on mortgages.
Yeah, I mean, down from the October peak when you hit 8% on mortgages, which will definitely stifle movement. This definitely spurred some growth in mortgages and home sales. And the outlook, I think, is pretty good. I mean, obviously, we're still 2 times higher than we were at the lows of 2021. But if you look at 50-year average rates of mortgages, they fall between 6 and 7%. So you're getting to more normal mortgage rates. And if the Fed, or when the Fed lowers rates later in the year, that mortgage rate comes down, you get a 5 handle on mortgages, and that's a big boon to the whole housing market, as well as mortgages and all of that. And refinances will pick up as well at that point.
All right, so getting that number with a 5 in front of it instead of a 6 or 7 is what we should watch for. I want to, we've talked about it throughout the show with just about everybody that's been on, but there's a lot of politics in this TikTok story, right? The House of Representatives passing this bill to, probably force a sale or maybe even a ban if they don't sell it. We'll see where it goes in the Senate, but the business story is interesting too. A couple of different things. I mean, a lot of people, small businesses and the like, use TikTok. So there's that they use it. And then we just have this argument about, in America, should we be kind of banning businesses that are popular with Americans? So what's your take from a business perspective on the whole TikTok back and forth?
So, I mean, obviously, ByteDance, which owns TikTok, which is owned by the Communist Party of China, I mean, their laws are such that all organizations must collect information and provide it to the government. So there's that backdrop. And so anyone who's using it, even though Oracle provides the storage of the user data
in the U.S., right?
In the U.S.
And so they've been quiet on this, by the way. It's a good point, Oracle.
They have. And they were close to actually buying TikTok a couple of years ago. But at that time, it was probably 1/10 the valuation that it would be right now. And so if you look at, if you apply like Meta valuations to TikTok, if you were to spin that out, it might command $160 billion from the sale. And so who are the companies that can buy that? There's like 4 or 5 tech companies that might be able to absorb a $160 billion company. So when you take a step back and think of it, maybe they're trying to quash this thing. And that's why I find it funny that Trump is against it now, because if Meta buys it, it's going to make them more powerful. Having information on 170 million active U.S. users and consumers is a great business to be in for whoever buys it, but who can buy it? And I don't think that's going to get done in 6 months. So maybe you get a 6-month deal with a 6-month extension to do it. That possibly could work. But the business applications are, it is a great business, but who can buy it?
Right.
And get it onshore, get the communists out of there. I'm a big fan of that.
That's an interesting thing if it's sold, but you're right. That's why Trump doesn't want it. He doesn't want it in the hands of, as he said, colorfully, Mark Zuckerberg. So it's, we'll see how it all plays out in the next few months, I guess, especially in the Senate. Thank you, Doug. We'll talk to you again soon. Doug Flynn on the Business News.